Luchi, good to see you. Thanks for taking the time today. I know everything is going to be a one day at a time, one game at a time. But if I look ahead to the schedule here, you got 4 or 5 coming up on the road, and 5 or 6 if you include Open Cup. As kind of just look over the course of the season and you saw, this stretch, in the calendar, what to you would be a good indication of, success over this stretch, and what adjustment do you think you need to make against Real Salt Lake to begin that journey to getting points out of this stretch of games? Thank you.
Yeah, look, sorry to be predictable, but I mean, you said it, right? It is taking it one moment at a time. That's really important. Staying present. It's one of the things that we try to show in our identity on and off the field. And we've had this string of games at home, which are great. We always want to embrace playing in front of our fans, in our home, in front of our families. And the boys have responded well to that. And I think we've performed quite well away. Maybe haven't shown the points to back that up, but I know we're really close, and I know it's a matter of time. So, look, the focus is on Salt Lake. The focus is not on the U.S. Cup game, Open Cup game, the following fixture, home or away. It's really taking it one training at a time, one moment at a time, and Salt Lake is our focus right now. And they're a good team that, I thought they were unlucky not to get points in Dallas. Dallas found a way to win, and Salt Lake, probably felt hard done in terms of not getting points out of that game. So they're going to have a response at home, and we got to respect that and know what's coming. But we'll do our own preparations, and it's, at the end of the day, though, whether home or away, we have to be ready to show that we're a team, we're a group. We need players to step up if called upon. We've been challenged from preseason with injuries, and guys having to step it up and show our depth, and that doesn't change, home or away.
Thank you, Luchi. Let's quickly take a question in Spanish by Max Cordero.
Luchi, ¿cómo estás? Como siempre, un gusto saludarte. Más allá del resultado, que obviamente termina siendo la marca registrada de la salud deportiva del equipo, en términos de funcionamiento, luego ya un número de fechas importante, ¿a qué punto sientes que ya el equipo está en base a tu idea, a cómo quieres que se comporte en el campo, o cómo quieres que compita en el campo, sea en casa o fuera? Gracias.
Sí, mira, el resultado, el último, fue uno que fue al final del partido, no era cerrar con una ventaja de un gol, ¿no? Que ha sido los últimos partidos que hemos ganado, y siempre con ese challenge al final para todos los que están tratando de ganar por un gol, ¿no? Y mantener ese resultado o mejorarlo. Pero mira, tuvimos una situación donde estábamos con un hombre de más, y creo que el segundo tiempo jugamos muy maduros para jugar, cerrar el partido, seguir presionando, seguir atacando y ganar, y hasta meter otro gol, ¿no? Y no conseguir, o sea que positivo, pero hemos tenido situaciones en partidos con buenas actuaciones, enseñando nuestra identidad, cómo queremos salir jugando, rompiendo líneas, atacando nuestros bloques defensivos, cómo queremos y cuándo presionar. Y el resultado no dio, pero estamos enfocados en cómo el performance, ¿no? Cómo enseñamos nuestra identidad y cómo adaptamos en cada partido, cada momento. Y los puntos van o vienen, pero yo quiero ver que tratamos de mejorar cada semana, que progresamos. Ese es el objetivo, lo dije desde la pretemporada, y sigue siendo lo mismo, y va a ser lo mismo toda esta temporada, porque es una temporada muy larga, todavía es una época temprano, y tenemos que mejorar muchas cosas más, pero sí, positivo. Tenemos un grupo con buena química, que juegan con intensidad, le gusta crear y atacar con técnica, con ideas, a ver cómo podemos seguir mejorando, porque va a ser más y más difícil.
Next question, Abel Anguiano.
Hi, Luchi. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us today. I want to know what kind of game you're expecting for Saturday. I know that away games haven't really gone in the team's favor, but I kind of want to know what you expect from your guys' trip to Utah.
Yeah, look, one of the things that are important in our anchors in terms of how we respond and what do we add to our values on and off the field is believing, right? So even though maybe the points haven't bounced our way in terms of a win away from home, we've still competed really well and could have gotten more points. So I'm very confident, and I believe, and we're training in a way, and we believe that it's a matter of time before we know we can win on the road and do it consistently. But we're going to take it one moment at a time, and the next game is as hard as ever against Salt Lake, who are a dangerous team. They've got good individual players. They defend together. They can hurt you in transition. They'd hurt you with some long-range passing. They can spray the ball different ways that create situations that you got to be ready to defend in open space. So we know it's going to be a hard game, but we're also confident, and we believe that we think it's a matter of time before we get a road win.
Thank you. Let's take a couple more. This first one comes from Alex Morgan. He asks, the team has 2 guys on the U.S. national team currently for tonight's big game against Mexico. And another one mentioned among those could be Jeremy Abobasi, especially after his performance from last weekend. What do you think it would take for him to get called up in the near future? Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's always an honor and a pleasure when you have guys being selected to the national teams, U.S. or other countries, obviously. Sometimes the FIFA fixture window interferes with our MLS season. Sometimes it doesn't. So, look, in this case, missing Jackson and Cade for midweek training, not ideal in our preparation, but certainly it's a good balance where we know we'll see them before our next game and we'll integrate them quickly because they're really important in our project. So, and we're really proud of them, and we wish them the best tonight against Mexico. So, I think it's a great sign when you got guys getting called. It shows that we're working in a positive way, competing well, and these guys individual players are getting opportunities to represent their countries. So, I represented our country as a staff member with the U.S., so I can relate. I support it, fully support it, and embrace it, and want more guys to get opportunities. And you mentioned, so Jack and Cade have gotten the opportunity in this moment, and I think they can continue to earn more. And Jabo had a great game last game. He's had great games, whether the ball goes in the net or not, and with his last touch. But he's working hard, helping the team compete. He's been a great leader on and off the field for us, and more than just soccer, as we all saw 2 weeks ago. So he's going to continue to be focused on the club, on his teammates here, and if that leads to a national team opportunity, then I won't be surprised. We won't be surprised. We'll fully embrace that and support it, and I know and I'm confident he can do well at that level if given the opportunity. So, and look, if we miss players again in another period, whether in a Gold Cup period, and we never want to be missing some of our top guys, certainly, and leaders, but we'll be certainly proud of them, and it gives others opportunities, and we get to show our depth and show who we are as a team and how we work, and that's part of the game.
And one final question from Fabian Renkel.
Hey, Luchi, thanks for taking the time to answer a question today. I know this is a little early, but being about 4 points out from the Supporters Shield section, the Supporters Shield fixtures are going to be coming up. Do you feel like this team has enough depth to kind of make a run for some silverware?
Yeah, look, it's a good question, and every club is kind of doing that analysis with their roster and thinking, anticipating the schedule and 2 months ahead, with the window closing very soon on the line every day in training and in the games. So we need to be ready to continue to adapt. So we're doing that reflection, we're doing that analysis as we speak, and we'll decide here soon if we've got to adjust anything, by next week. But look, if nothing changes, we certainly are very confident in the group we have. They're together. They take on the concepts and the game model very well and the principles well, and they support each other and they do things with intensity. And we have, all different levels of talent, but we don't depend on talent. We depend on our values. We depend on how we work collectively. And this is a team game that doesn't depend on individuals. And we want to continue to show that no matter what decisions are made or not before this transfer window. And I am confident that our group can compete in all positions in different numbers and in different ways. And I believe in our group, but that doesn't mean that changes couldn't happen. We have to be flexible and dynamic, and if there is, there has to always be this in mind in terms of change mid-season, end of the season for next season, because that's just the way that the game is at the professional level. But I want to focus on what we can be consistent with, and the group is showing us that. And we know the challenges are coming up, as you said, it on the road, this and that, but we can't control that. We can only focus on what's in front of us, which is Salt Lake, and respecting that right now.